Hey everybody, and welcome back to FSI DFS. I'm McKinley412, and today we're going to be looking at this massive 11-game slate on Saturday for DraftKings. We're going to kind of go through some of my favorite plays and all the different ranges, price values, and just kind of some fill-in plays as well, just kind of like expanding on the player pool a little bit. Three big favorites tonight. We got Toronto, St. Louis, and Washington. All three of those teams are like a minus 230 or minus 240 on the money line. So some pretty heavy favorites. Then you got some other teams that are just in nice spots as well. But I think if, from the cash spot, you're probably going to be targeting a lot from those three teams. And there's some pretty solid value on those teams as well. Each of those teams, Toronto, St. Louis, and Washington, they all have at least one mid to low priced winger that I think is just in a great spot tonight. So what we'll do is I'll give you my favorite play at each of the positions at the top dollar value, mid tier, and value. And then we'll kind of go back through the position and kind of just touch on a little bit of guys going a little bit more in the player pool. As far as center here, I think if we're going to be paying up, I think I like Auston Matthews the best. He's sandwiched in between McDavid and Draisaitl, but those guys in Edmonton are facing Carolina, a much tougher matchup than Matthews faces here. Matthews at home during his career has been fantastic, and that's continuing on this season. He's averaging close to 20 DraftKings points at home on the season. He's hit double-digit DraftKings points in 10 straight games. He's got a point in 8 straight games, and he's got a goal. Well, his goal streak just ended at 7 games. So regardless of his wingers, I mean, it doesn't matter if he's got Simmons and Bunting on either side of him. The offensive potential that this guy brings each night is still there, and, he's still contributing. So I think if we're paying top dollar, Matthews is probably my favorite guy. Going down to the mid-tier range, I'm not a huge fan of the mid-tier range at center here today. But if I was landing in this spot, I think Joel Eriksson Ek is probably my guy that I'd be targeting. Going up against LA, Jonathan Quick for LA in net has been phenomenal this season. But it looks like it's going to be Peterson in net tonight. So Peterson not doing nearly as well as Quick has. So I think Minnesota is going to be able to generate some offense here. And you can see he's got a multi-point game in 3 straight. He's consistently shooting the puck. I mean, 4 shots on net routinely here, as you can see. So maybe he gets that shot on goal bonus here tonight. LA Kings, they're a high event team. I think they're like top 3 in the league in shots generated. Minnesota, they're a top 10 team in shots generated. I think there's going to be a lot of action and a lot of floor in this game. So I think Eriksson Ek is probably my favorite mid-tier value at center. And favorite cheap play is going to be all the way down here at BARBASHEV for St. Louis. This is one of the guys I was talking about earlier. I think it's just a great value. BARBASHEV, 9 goals, 9 assists so far on the season in 26 games, but 5 goals and 3 assists in just his past 7 games. Skates on that second line, second power play unit, but regardless, he's still seeing 17, 18, up to 20 minutes of ice time per game. His floor, not really there, so it is a little bit of a risk. You can kind of see he doesn't really, there's games where he's just not going to shoot the puck at all. But if he can, get one on the power play, get an assist, I think he can make for a great GPP play here at a cheap center. As far as everybody else, like Barzal, he's done a nice little point streak here. But really, I would be focusing more towards the bottom. I think Arizona is a very intriguing GPP play. Okay, Lars Eller, I see him right here. That's a great spot going up against the Sabres, who are just bleeding goals. Been better the past 2 games as they focus on their defense, but Washington's a different story. But as I was mentioning, I think Arizona is really intriguing as a GPP play just because of how bad Philadelphia has been. So I would target guys like Hayton or Boyd for Arizona. Boyd, he skates on the top line. He's a top line center for them, but he's on that second power play unit. Hayton, he's power play 1, but he's second line center. Both of those guys don't really give you much of a floor, but I still think make an intriguing GPP play tonight. Moving over to the winger position. Alex Ovechkin going up against the Sabres. Obviously, he's in play, but he's probably not my favorite top tier dollar play. I'd probably be going down here to Austin Matthews' teammate, Nylander. Now, Nylander has been skating on that second line with John Tavares, but he gets that top power play time with Austin Matthews and John Tavares. So there is still some correlation between the two. And you can kind of see as you go through his game logs, Nylander has been doing amazing. Past 8 games, he's averaging 4.6 shots on net per game. So essentially, the shot on goal bonus is averaging. He's got 5 goals, 6 assists in his past 8 games. 8's on that second line, like I mentioned with Tavares, but he gets that top power play unit. At 7.3K, I think that's a little bit of a savings for him there. So I would not surprise me if he is a pretty high-owned winger option here tonight. Moving on down to the mid-tier range, one of my favorite mid-tiers. I think I already passed him. It's going to be VIKTOR ARVIDSSON. I mentioned earlier, the Kings shoot the puck a lot, and ARVIDSSON is kind of the guy that is leading the way here. He's shooting the puck. You can kind of see he's routinely getting a shot on goal bonus, and he's ending up on the score sheet. He's got 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points in his past 7 games, and he's got double digits DraftKings points in 7 straight. So that's pretty good. He is doing well offensively. Minnesota, they're no slouch, but they do struggle a little bit more on the road. They're much more terrifying to play against at home. So I think LA is still going to be able to generate some offense here tonight. And even if they don't score too many goals, I think ARVIDSSON, just with his shot floor, can provide a pretty solid floor for you. And then down low, favorite value play. Well, I guess it's not too much farther down than ARVIDSSON. It's going to be PAVEL BUCHNEVICH for St. Louis. St. Louis, I'm high on them going up against Montreal and the struggles that Montreal has had so far. BUCHNEVICH, he's got points in 11 of his past 14 games, 7 goals, 9 assists for 16 points, shoots the puck a ton. He's on that second line. He's on that second power play unit for St. Louis. And at 4.7, we have seen his salary creep up a little bit. We've been playing him a lot here at FSI. More so when he was in this 3 to low 4K range. So his price is getting up there, but I do think he does provide a great value play tonight. As far as other wingers, I gotta talk about KASE. Here we go. Toronto, again, I'm telling you, St. Louis, Toronto, Washington. These are the teams that I'm really going to be focusing on tonight, especially if you guys haven't been paying attention to these videos or you're not in our Discord. I focus a lot more on the cash plays, TK Nation, the other FSI coach here at the other NHL coach here at FSI. He's more of the GPP guru. But KASE, he was in our line, or at least my line last time out, targeted him. He did fantastic. You can kind of see how well he's doing. He's on that first power play unit with Nylander, with Matthews. So maybe you play all 3 of those guys. You got a nice little correlation here and the possibility of a trifecta goal on the power play. Up top, this Boston-Calgary game, I think it could be low scoring. It's one of those games where you could see it completely shooting out. But I think I'm going to go on the under here. I think it's going to be more of a lower scoring game, so I'm not too interested there. Myers been fantastic so far to start the season. Tarasenko, St. Louis, obviously. Robertson, Dallas. I think it could be a GPP only play, obviously. San Jose, I think it's Reimer in net for San Jose, and he's been doing really well so far this season. He's got a save percentage of over 930. So Dallas would be a GPP only. And Dallas on the road is a completely different team than Dallas at home. They're kind of like Minnesota in that regard. I love targeting them on home ice, but on the road, I'm rarely ever going to be targeting Dallas unless they're in a smash spot. Bratt, he's been very popular lately going up against the Islanders. Erod, Evan Rodriguez, 5'2", don't mind him at all going up against Anaheim. He's definitely got that ceiling with shots, and he can score goals, get assists, but he also has a limited floor. So that would be GPP only for me. Fiala, love his shot floor. This guy is a shooting machine. Not so much in the past 2 games, but I mean 5, 5, 5, 6, 4, 5, 4, all the way through. He's always been a shot machine. So at 4.6, that's got to be one of his cheaper salaries. Let me check this out real quick. Yeah, he was up close to 6K, over 6K. So he's got a serious price bump. Kind of like in FIALA here at this price tag, a little bit more now that I'm talking about it. Hoffman's been shooting a lot lately. TJ Oshie, this is the other guy that I want to talk about with Washington. TJ Oshie, he skates on that top power play unit with Ovechkin, with Kuznetsov, with John KARLSSON. And you can kind of see he's been battling the injury, but his time on ice definitely creeping back up to over 20 minutes a game. So a guy who's seeing 20 minutes of ice time on the top power play unit for Washington, going up against Buffalo, sad. I think he's for a great spot here at just 4.1K. So let's go over to the D. I feel like I'm talking a lot here, but thanks for bearing with me. Defense, probably my favorite target is going to be Darnell Nurse from a cash perspective. Now, I know I said I wasn't too thrilled about this Carolina-Edmonton game, but still, Nurse, he has been shooting the puck like crazy. There's still going to be shots on net in this game. You can kind of see the floor that he has been producing with these fantasy points, and that's just with a goal and an assist here and there. So he can hit that shot on goal bonus. He can hit that block shot bonus. There's a good possibility he can hit that block shot bonus going up against Carolina, who shoots the puck a lot. And, you know, being on the power play unit, obviously a top pair defenseman, he's going to see a lot of ice time, and he can definitely get there. Mid tier, I'm going to go with Erik Karlsson. Erik Karlsson's kind of looking like the old Erik Karlsson that we remember, and who would be like 8,000 every single slate years ago. Karlsson, he's got points in 7 of his past 9. He does get on that second power play unit. I wish he was on that top power play unit, but still, he's still on a power play unit. 4 goals, 5 assists. He's shooting the puck a whole lot more. He's just becoming more of an offensive defenseman as the season has progressed, and he's starting to produce. I guess that's the main thing. The puck is finally seeing the back of the net. He's getting on the end of some assists as well. Now combine that with the threat of a block shot bonus here nearly every single game at 5.2K. I don't mind paying for him there. And then we'll go complete punt here. Adam PELECH for the Islanders. This guy, we're pretty much mainly targeting him for that block shot bonus. He's continually been a block shot machine throughout his career, so mainly just going for this block shot bonus. Maybe he gets an assist for you here or there, so it could make for a GPP play. I really wouldn't be targeting this guy too much in cash, but for GPP, I think it makes for a nice punt play if you want to jam in those bigger studs. I still think there's a lot of great value on this play, though, or on this slate, though. I mean, I talked about BARBASHEV and KASE and FIALA, ERIKSSON, ARVIDSSON, BUCHNEVICH. There's a lot of value on this slate. Oshie. So defense, you know, look for guys that are on the power play. Look for guys that are skating over 20 minutes a game. You can find those guys even at the bottom of the list. But yeah. So that kind of covers everything. I feel like I'm really just going to be targeting a lot from those 3 teams. Obviously, you know, I like guys from Minnesota, the Kings as well. Arizona, I think, is a nice GPP play. Pittsburgh could be a nice GPP play as well. Just kind of going through the games. Columbus, Seattle, this could be a sneaky shootout game. Wouldn't surprise me if we see a lot of goals in this one here. Yeah, that kind of covers everything. So please drop that comment down below. Who are you guys on tonight? We'd love to hear it. And please come join us in the Discord. We love having some new faces in there to keep the chat going. So it's been fantastic. We've had a couple of new people join the chat recently, and it's been fantastic. So as always, good luck in your contest tonight, and we will see you in the next video.